Hey everyone, it's Matt from Togglebox. I'm excited to share with you today our new disaster recovery service. It includes two parts. It includes our hourly backups, and then it also includes a failover to a remote data center. So let's first define what disaster recovery is as far as what we're providing to you. The first part, the hourly backups, protects your server from any sort of disaster, whether somebody accidentally deletes a file or you get ransomware. It's very easy to get you. Since it's hourly backups, you don't lose a lot of data by just doing a straight restore from the last hour or two, which is really good to have. The second part protects from a cloud zone incident. If I hope it never happens, but if there's ever an incident where an entire zone is down, we have the capability to fail your website over to a standby zone, even in a different data center. First, we'll discuss the hourly backups. On our website, they also might be referred to as DRaaS backups. They're instantly backed up. It's a point-in-time snapshot, and in the background, it is copied to dedicated hard drives within the same zone. It is instantly restorable. A big problem we see with people, with customers, is they might have a 700 gig server. They run Windows updates or something, and they just want to roll back, and it can take hours to restore doing a file level restore. With this, it instantly restores and starts running off the backup hard drives, and there are hundreds of backup hard drives, so it's not even that slow. And in the background, it copies to the primary storage, the SSD storage. And within a few minutes, it goes at a couple gigabytes a second. It's a fast process. The way we price this, we're just pricing it for a flat storage rate that has the hourly backups included. So you don't have to buy separate backup storage. We're handling all the backups. We're managing them and monitoring to ensure that they happen. And also a perk of it is that if a virtual machine is even completely destroyed, the backups will cycle as normal up to the maximum retention period, which a standard is 7 days. We do have two packages available. The first is standard, which has 24 hourly snapshots and 7 daily snapshots, everything stored in the local data center and in the local zone also. DRaaS Enterprise is 24 hourly snapshots. They're stored locally and also in a remote data center. And then it has 7 daily snapshots that are stored in a remote data center. So even if the primary zone or data center goes down, the data is still there and safe. At launch, this is only in our Dallas location. We will bring it to our Philadelphia location shortly. So now that we've described it, let's go into the demo of the new backup service. This is our test server, the primary server. You'll see the host name, the distribution. This one is in Dallas, and you can look at the last digits of the IP address 133.35. When you click on the DRaaS tab, it presents a list of all the backups. The time is based on when the server is created, and it's always at that time. Here you can see that this is DRaaS Enterprise, so the location is Dallas and Philadelphia for the hourly backups. It's a long list of backups. Here you can see this is when it switches over to the dailies that are just being stored in Philadelphia. So then you can click on any backup and it will take you to the restore options, and you can request a restore, which will restore the snapshot over the current disk, or you can request a restore to new disk. This can either be on a different server or it can be to a new disk on the same server that's having problems and needs to restore. We manage the restore. We will perform it for you. It does not take long for our staff to do it. It does open a ticket, and if you have any custom notes, just click on the view ticket and add the notes there. Now we'll move on to the demo to fail over to the remote data center. Let's go through the list here. It does require a standby server. It's recommended the standby have the same amount of resources, but if not, the disk space must be the same. Setting resources to half is a good compromise. We use DNS failover to direct the requests between the data centers. And on your end, it only requires changing an A record for your website or your server to a CNAME record that we manage. The time to live on that DNS record is 1 minute, so it should propagate through the internet very quickly, usually within a few minutes. We have knowledge base entries detailing the additional steps for cPanel Direct Admin, and Remote Desktop does work out of the box. We just have a guide on how to set it up. So this is the standby VM. You can see it's named DR Standby. It's running the same OS. It's in Philadelphia, and the last digits of the IP address are 142.186. I've written a very simple PHP script to show the server IP address and the host name. You'll see this is going to a DNS record under our DNS failover zone. When the primary server is down, and only when it's down and the secondary server is also up, will the DNS record fail over. In this case, I shut down the primary server, and then this is a command that our staff would run on our back end to tell the primary server to restore from a certain state ID, from a certain snapshot, and then they go through and rebuild, the script rebuilds the network, and then our staff will start the virtual machine. Once the secondary server is up and accepting requests on whatever port is being monitored, it will update the IP address. As you can see, we're going to the same URL, however it shows the IP address of the secondary server. The host name is still the same as the primary server because it is running on a snapshot of the primary server. cPanel Direct Admin require additional steps after the server is started. We have them documented in our knowledge base. If you are curious about the service, including pricing, you can go to the togglebox.com/DRaaS-cloud, and then we also have a page for the DNS failover service. There are some limitations of the service I want to go over. The schedule is pretty set at 7 days of backups. We can do custom schedules. Since we'll be backing up more data, it will be a custom price, but if you contact us, sales@togglebox.com, we can work with you on it. You cannot convert the backups to templates to deploy to hundreds of virtual machines this way. Our existing control panel already handles this in a good way, so we would say you would have to do it via our control panel. And then right now, the failover cannot happen if the entire primary data center is having an incident such as no networking whatsoever. This is something that we hope to address and fix, hopefully by the end of the year. All right, thank you for watching my demo today. If you have any questions, once again, you can email us at sales@togglebox.com. We have live chat on our website, togglebox.com, and we're very excited to talk with customers and see how they can benefit from this. Thank you.